No, thank you for this opportunity to come today and really speak from the heart from our unique asset here at Charleston, South Carolina, and the wonderful plant and people that we have here. So just real quickly to give you a quick history of Charleston. I'm an engineer by trade, so I like numbers, of course, and but to give some stats and our industrial capabilities at the plant. So the history of Charleston, back in 2012, we broke ground on a greenfield project there, and in 2014 went into production mainly in land high voltage cables. But more than that was a strategic investment of geographical and where we were located on the banks of the Cooper River there. Strategy knowing that in the future that we had to push to be able to produce submarine cables and have a way to transport those cables. And then at that time, very unique compared to our competitors who were building plants at the same time, but were landlocked and could not see that strategy ahead of time. So, yeah, quickly, 2017, the decision to make the transformation of the Charleston facility to a submarine cable factory and to produce both AC and DC cables. So, part of that strategy, of course, was adding state-of-the-art machinery to uniquely make the submarine cable there. And some of the capabilities that we have there, of course, is one of the biggest machines in the world to lay up 3-core AC cables. It was a Nexans designed machine, a Nexans installed machine, and quite a bit of effort to bring in that technology to the plant as well. We also constructed one of the biggest in the world, AC resonant test system, 600 kV availability test systems, test labs in the world, and we are currently now fixing to install 1.2 million HVDC testing equipment in that same testing area. Again, capabilities of the plant, 10,000 metric ton turntable specifically designed to store these big and wonderful cables and uniquely matched with our state-of-the-art vessel and its capacity. So again, to supply these cables. And in doing so, building also there at the factory a sea terminal to accept the vessels that come up, both our own as well as the flexibility of third-party vessels. It's a unique situation in Charleston and the East Coast that we have to, of course, deal with hurricanes, and this sea terminal is actually rated to a Cat 3 category wind speed rated terminal. So we can safely moor up these vessels of our fleet or either of third-party fleets and keep them at the port safely, even in events of high wind speed, which is unique to that area. And of course, being a part of one of the major ports on the East Coast in Charleston and the Charleston Harbor there, and our unique position of being part of that maritime industry now to support us. You know, it's a reality that, of course, and we heard from the other panels, but a unique asset of being the first HV cable manufacturer in the U.S. And I say that with a sense of pride, and a pride from Charleston, not just being the factory itself, but the people that are behind it, the people that run it, the people that were strategic to have this asset here. So it's, you know, the state-of-the-art plan is part of a comprehensive supply chain being developed to service, of course, this offshore wind market. And along with, as you saw, with our strategic partners, with energy companies such as Ørsted and Equinor and others to supply the first U.S.-made cables. And again, a very sense of pride as an American, as someone who takes pride in their country, to say that we are making the first offshore wind high voltage cable here in the U.S. supplied. You know, in an asset like this, too, we created over 200 plus high-paying, highly technical jobs in the area, and we'll continue to grow the facility as well. The plant, along with our strategic investments with Aurora, we're really leading the energy transformation, but really, it's really at the core sustainable electrification, and we feel very proud to be a part of that. So quickly in closing with Charleston, we are really at the core of our values with Nexans, and we feel that we are uniquely positioned, and the people in the plant there are united. And we're united with our stakeholders, with our partners, with our clients to develop and drive this North American offshore wind market in a sustainable at the core way. We're dedicated to deliver state-of-the-art HV cables that we manufacture. It's the critical link of that export cable to bring and harness that offshore wind and bring that energy to the shore. And we must do it in the most critical and quality way, state-of-the-art way as possible. And we're pioneers. As I said, first submarine high voltage cable factory in the U.S., strategic supply chain partners throughout this growing market, pure sustainable electrification player in North America, and again, we need renewable energy here in the U.S. It's not just here to talk about. We have to be the forefronts, and we are the pioneers to lead that sign. So thank you again for giving me a short time to give Charleston a plug, and we appreciate it. Thank you.